These are some of the graphs that were made for this project. This is basically just showing the 5 counties which were selected for this analysis. Um, these 5 counties were basically ranked based on different aspects. This is how it looked after ranking them based on different aspects. Um, on what context these counties were ranked was firstly based on the population, then it was population density, the percent of school-going kids, crime, poverty, income level. All these were ranked, and Z-score calculation was used, and then all the ranks were summed up to get the county suitability for individual counties for the school zones. And further, we had a analysis, land use change analysis to detect the recent urban development in the region, and that was from 2014 to 2024, in which we looked at the newly developed urban areas. In this map, you can see that the black region is the one that did not change, and those white spots, white pixels, are the one where there was new urban development within that period. Following that, we moved on. I'll move on to the schools. These are the schools and the buffers, 5 mile buffer around each school. This is just a demonstration, but instead of using this 5 mile buffer, what we did was we had a 5 mile network analysis around each school, which basically provided us with different road routes or houses that were within 5 miles of a school. For this, we also used the extensive 911 address point data, which was the address point for all the houses that are reported or that are in the region. And for each individual school, number of houses within 5 mile of distance were calculated. And that is how it looked after each of those schools were added. And we also had this school zone districts data, in which we looked at the different districts in the schools. Following that, we had this. I was not able to show those graphs in there because I had to change some things and exported each of those based on different aspects. But these are the maps that were made out of those. This is a school suitability on the houses and based on the urban development. Where there is more houses and more urban development, we need more schools, and as there is more potential of more school-going children in that region. And this is how it looks. You can see that Travis County, even though there is less urban development, but there is more houses being served in the region, due to which there are more schools that we'll see in the upcoming slides. This is the overall suitability of the schools based on the urban development as well as the uh, houses being served within 5 miles of each individual school. And in the background is the county suitability for this region. Then we have the school suitability based on houses served and urban developments for individual school districts. Earlier we were looking at individual school level. Now this is for the individual school districts. The map on the left hand side shows the number of schools in individual school districts. You can see that one of those is really dark, which has around 180 schools in that particular school district compared to the other ones, which have may or may not be having any schools in that particular district. And the map on the right hand side is showing the houses count in each individual school district. So you can clearly see a discrepancy between the number of houses in a region and number of schools in a region. So I think that is something that needs to be considered, that this school district is having more population, but there are less schools compared to the uh, other school district which has more schools. And finally, we divided each individual schools, or this suitability analysis divided the schools which are in appropriate locations, schools which are underserving based on the houses count, and schools which are overserving. Um, the schools which are overserving may need to plan or have another school in the locality because there is too much population or expanding around that region. And the one that is underserving is basically um, the one that is not having too many houses or not covering many houses in that particular region. And finally, all these three are separated out on the red. You can see that the schools which are over-serving, and the middle one is for the schools which are under-serving, that there is not enough population, but there are schools. And finally, there's the idle school locations. Even though you can see that the idle school locations, they are more compared to the overserving or underserving. So they're doing a good job at finding a good location for the school, but there can be some improvements in that context. With that, thank you.